morning, everyone. So my name is David Adelson. I am the Chief Innovation Officer at the Orlando Economic Partnership, and I have an opportunity to have a very different approach in this conversation today, but get to go ahead of our CEO, Tim Giuliani, who's going to talk about digital twins. But I wanted to talk about Orlando for a moment, and we're talking a lot about metaverse, and what's most interesting is this huge convergence that's happening across all of our industries. And so here, who's from Orlando? Can you raise your hand? Okay, not many of you. All right. What is Orlando known for? Disney. Amusement parks, ARC conference. Very good. So my job today is to change that perception just a little bit, because as you heard in our first speaker today, AR sat at the very forefront of where metaverse was going. And a lot of that was military driven. But what you probably don't know is what Orlando has been doing for the past several decades towards the metaverse and where that convergence is going today. So I'm going to talk about Orlando a bit today, talk about our talent, talk about how we were able to launch one of the first digital twins in this country right here in this town. So we'll get started on that.
Welcome to Orlando, the home of Imagineers, game developers, and tech wizards. With a foundation in creating experiences that are both authentic and incredible, and a wealth of talent in artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and IoT technology, Orlando is building the unbelievably real.
Orlando is the MetaCenter of the Metaverse. We've been building toward this designation for the last several decades. The culmination of our expansive multi-billion-dollar VR/AR development, coupled with the advancements we've made in 3D simulation and gaming, have made Orlando the largest contributor to the building blocks of the Metaverse. Here in Orlando, we have the talent, the companies, the desire, and the ambition to push the boundaries of Web 3.0.
This part of Florida has become a Web3 and Metaverse innovation corridor. Orlando has become a hotbed for talent and development due to its concentration of universities specializing in gaming and 3D, the large-scale work being done in modeling, simulation, and training, with a foundation in creating experiences that are both authentic and fantastical, and a wealth of talent in AI, VR, AR, world building, and IoT. Orlando is the MetaCenter.
So it was just about 8 months ago that we were looking at really where innovation was going over the next 10 years, and truly looking at what makes up the building blocks of the metaverse. And what was most apparent through all of that is, what we have been doing for the past decades. So just a little bit about Orlando real quick, since you're sitting here, some of the momentum we've had here. And as you're looking for talent and you're looking for companies to help propel you into your next phase, this past year for 2022 has been an absolutely banner year for this market. We have won almost every major award and have had over 4 to 5x of investment of capital put into our companies here. So a very, very growing market. And a lot of that is driven because we have really proclaimed ourselves as the MetaCenter of the metaverse. And what that really means is when you look at the building blocks that make up this new world, blockchain, digital currency, AR, VR, artificial intelligence, 3D reconstruction, gaming, and IoT, these are all those building blocks. And as we survey our country, we know that Miami has really taken a foothold on the first two of digital currency and blockchain. And we're happy they have, and we want them to have that. It's an interesting space right now. It's not a space that we want to be in. But what we have been doing for the past several decades is truly capitalizing on these other markets. So you mentioned at the very beginning, what do you know Orlando for? You know it for Disney. Well, have you been on a Disney ride recently? It's all AR and VR. Most of the rides at Disney, most of the rides at Universal, AR and VR, and they have hundreds of AR and VR engineers that are pushing out. The Orlando market as a whole is a $6 billion market in modeling, simulation, and training. And that comes from our DoD roots that we've had back with Lockheed Martin and many others. So just to give you a sense of some of the other things on the AR, VR side, what you may not also know is that Unity, which has been powering our digital twin, Central Florida has the highest concentration of Unity developer licenses of any other place in the United States, here in Central Florida. Our developers here are building all across the country and the world inside of AR and VR on the Unity platform. We have the highest and most talented professors in the country here at UCF training our students. Just a sense on that. Artificial intelligence, I mentioned we had just about $1 billion of investment put into our market, most of it in the AI sector here in this market. So a tremendous amount of investment going in here. 3D reconstruction. Some of the companies you may see here are like Luminar, which sits in our backyard, which is doing augmented transportation, Full Sail, many others that are here. But 3D reconstruction is a huge part of what we do. Gaming, EA Sports, Iron Galaxy, located right here in Central Florida. And then, of course, IoT, which is really just semiconductors, which we have Neo City here in Orlando. So as we talk about where we're moving and what we've done with the digital twin, as Tim comes up here and speaks about, our first phase of what that looks like, we wanted to take an opportunity and put another face onto Orlando that's not just about Disney and Universal and the theme parks, but truly the place where the building blocks are being done to make this new world, which is the metaverse. So with that, I'm going to bring up Tim Giuliani, CEO of the Orlando Economic Partnership, to talk about what we've done on digital twin.